Matchup this weekend. Both of these superstar quarterbacks have had moments so far this season, but neither has their team in first place in their respective divisions. Here's Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen on renewing this storied rivalry.
Every single game comes down to like one play here or there that someone has to make, if that's offense, defense, whatever it is. And so I think it just comes down to players making plays in big moments, and that's kind of worked out for us in the playoffs and worked out for them at other times.
Every game is different, every year is different, everything presents itself in a different way. Nothing that happened last year, the year before, or the year before that carries over or matters this week. You know, they got a lot of guys that returned from last year's squad, but they got some new guys, you know, and you know, they're doing some different things. We're doing some different things. But at the end of the day, you know, we have to come out and play the best football that we can play.
All due respect to Ravens-Dolphins, this is the matchup I think everyone's looking at in the AFC. This will be the 10th meeting between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, including the playoffs. Allen, of course, is 4-1 in the regular season, but Mahomes is 4-0 in January against Allen and the Bills.
Can I just say this before we move on to the football topic? Every time I see that man, Josh Allen, because he's phenomenal, he's great. Every time I see him, I'm thinking about his wife, Haley Steinfeld. What an actress.
What?
She's phenomenal. She was
amazing.
She's phenomenal. What an actress. That woman is special. I just wanted to say that. Every time I see him, everybody talk about Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. Damn it, Haley Steinfeld.
You loved her in
Pitch Perfect? Sinners. She was amazing.
Pitch Perfect.
She was amazing.
Perfect.
True Grit.
True Grit, amazing.
I will say this though too. Josh Allen's different now that he's married. He did not play. Right. He did a spot with Marty Smith, and he talked about like how it changed his life. Like it was all about football, and you do wonder like the different ways that take you, that puts you dialed in all the way, or you say, you know what, it doesn't have to be only this in my life, and so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out the rest of his career.
He's a good dude, but Josh Allen's a really good guy, but she is special. Yeah. I'm talking about as a talent. She is really special.
Dan?
Super talent.
I haven't seen Sinners.
To the game.
The football game.
All right, what do you got? What's the question?
Is this a must-win for Allen and the Bills?
There's no doubt about it. This is a must-win. This team is not going to the Super Bowl if they have to go on the road. To get to the Super Bowl, teams got to come through Western New York. I simply go back to last year. If you go back to the fourth down that happened in Buffalo, Josh against the Kansas City Chiefs, the run seals the game. And then I go to the playoff game on the road in Kansas City, and that fourth down, when everybody's like, oh my gosh, Steve Spagnuolo brings the pressure, they run the blitz, Josh on fourth down, he's running for his life, launches that toaster up, and Kincaid tries to make a catch on the ball. For the Buffalo Bills, the way that this football team plays, specifically on offense, and the way that they use motions, try to gather information, all that stuff, they got to be at home. This is a team right now defensively that's very average. Ed Oliver being out's a big deal. If they want to get to the Super Bowl and finally get past that hump in the playoffs, this is a game they have to win because they have to make teams come through Western New York.
It doesn't matter if they win or not. This ain't a Super Bowl team. The Buffalo Bills are not a Super Bowl team.
Why?
The Buffalo Bills aren't the team we've seen since Joe Brady has taken over. Now, I know everybody's going to look at last week and the success that we saw from Cook, right, over 200 yards, the touchdowns, the dynamic plays, and say, oh, wait, they're back. No, that's not true, right? That's the Carolina Panthers on the road. This is the Kansas City Chiefs. They aren't making the plays on the outside. You talked about the Pittsburgh Steelers needing to make an acquisition to add a skill player. Sure. I think it's the same thing for the Buffalo Bills. And the defense that we've seen year after year, normally, now they're banged up, right? Yep. They had eight players missing from this team.
They're a little bit healthier now.
So they're a little bit healthier, but now you lose Ed Oliver, who has been the lone playmaker in the interior of that defensive line this season. I look at this game and I say, okay, we talked about it earlier, right? Here are the people who are worth a certain amount of money. 2025 Steelers defense, $175 million. Stephen A, probably more $1 million. And Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Josh Allen, in my opinion, can't even be himself on this team. This team, he isn't good enough to raise the level of this team to where if they get in the playoffs, whether it's played in Orchard Park or if it's played in Arrowhead, that they find a way to win.
He did last year. I mean, this is basically the same team.
This team is not playing the same level.
It may not be playing the same way, but it's in many cases the same people. I mean, offensively, really the only different piece is Matt Collins is in New England, but they added Josh Palmer. So I agree with you on the perimeter thing. Palmer's got to be a healthy part. Josh has got to play better. Josh is not playing as well this year, certainly as he did last year, but he's good enough to carry and bring them up? Absolutely.
Yeah, but this is what bothers me. Because, again, and I'm dead serious. I know I joke around, I'm brilliant because I know I'm not a listener to those, but I mean it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm watching y'all all the time talk about this. And where I'm addressing it, Dan, is the level of consistency. A lot of times you'll see an ability. Okay, I got that part. The guy can play. Josh Palmer, he can play. Kincaid, he can play. Shakur, he can play. I got it. I understand it. James Cook, just 6 yards a carry. Got the number one rushing attack in football right now. I got all of that, right? But when you watch the Buffalo Bills right now, there's something missing compared to what we've seen when they were challenging for the Super Bowl before, when they were in the AFC Championship game last year. When you watch them, when you've watched Josh Allen go up against Patrick Mahomes, and even though he's 0-4, averaging 28 points per game in those postseason games, you just a play here or there. If you catch, if it goes your way, it can change the outcome.
You mean there's something missing this year?
I'm looking at a Buffalo Bills, and I agree with RC. They're a good football team, but I don't see the same.
They've had 3 primetime games. The Patriots beat them in one. They gave up 40 points to the Ravens. And then we just watched the Atlanta Falcons. You were on the call. Atlanta Falcons went up and down the field.
Yeah, and pushed them around. And I'm just saying, I just don't see the same. Can the Buffalo Bills win? Sure. But it's a pick'em game against New England. You wouldn't favor them against Kansas City. You wouldn't favor them against Indy. You look at them right now, and before, we had ourselves looking at Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo. That was what we've looked at over the last couple of years.
Different.
Now we see a couple of other teams come into the fray.
Sure.
And we're saying, you know what? They could beat them.
But tell me this, though, also, too, though. You are it's what we're supposed to do, right? We're historians of the game. You're letting the history of Sean McDermott and Josh Allen play into what you believe they can become, right? What you believe can happen if they play at their highest level, right? If they reach their peak. If Josh Allen is the Josh Allen we saw last year, he's not, because they won't let him be. The guy that played against the Atlanta Falcons in primetime wasn't the Josh Allen that wanted to protect the ball at all costs last year. Wasn't the Josh Allen that felt like, okay, now I can use my legs to make a play, but I don't have to all the time. He's pressing because the team is not good.
Yeah, but the way we talk about this team has to have some historical context, because of who they have been, both as individual talents and as a team, when most of the team is back. I feel like everyone's talking about Buffalo like they've taken this massive step back. They haven't. They haven't been healthy, specifically on the defensive side. They've got Maxwell Hairston, their first-round pick, just started playing last week. Their linebackers are banged up, so they're finally getting a little bit healthier on defense. Michael Hoyt just became part of their football team, essentially. So, let's let the defense get some of the pieces healthy.
Cool. But if we looked at Dan Orlovsky and we said, who you favoring?
No. Let me ask you this.
I'm just asking.
All right. No question.
Who's my favorite in what? In what?
I'm saying, you got a playoff matchup. You're looking at the Buffalo Bills. Where would you put them in the AFC right now? Compared to everybody else that's there. Where would you put them?
Right now, I would put them third in the AFC.
Behind Kansas City and Indy?
Yeah.
So they're going to LA in a playoff game, hypothetically.
I'm taking Buffalo.
So you're taking them over the Broncos?
Like right now?
Over the Broncos?
Yeah. Right now? You mean to tell me it's a playoff game today, and it's the Colts and the Bills? You're going to put your money on the Colts?
On the road? Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Jonathan Taylor's going to bump his head on the field goal post so many times against the Buffalo.
Quentin Nelson should be wearing a gold jacket when he's out there right now. Without Ed Oliver on the side of the line.
I think Indy's sensational. But we're talking about Buffalo like they're not a top 3 or top 4 team, that they're this team that's going to flirt with not getting into the playoffs.
You're asking a lot to fill in for Ed Oliver. And you're asking a lot for one of these guys to suddenly become an outside threat. And you're asking a lot to say, well, last year they did it so they could do it again. They don't look like they were.
Ooh, I got to see dominance by the Baltimore Ravens so they can be real.
2-5.
They scored 40 on this team.
They're 2-5. Jordan Love and Jared Goff have